When I get asked, Paul, what do you do? My answer is very simple. I solve sales problems, period.
Are buyers wasting your valuable time? If so, it's your fault as an agent. Take responsibility. Just think about this. The most valuable commodity that we have is time. You cannot allow a buyer to waste your time. And you, as an agent, cannot waste their time. But ultimately, you are responsible for the whole process. What do I mean by that? Welcome to Mindset and Attitude to Selling, where we produce sales and solve sales problems. So here's what I believe. You buyers agents that are having a difficult time and getting frustrated that buyers don't show up to appointments, or they don't want to sign a contract and they don't want to pay commission, etc., that is all on you. You are 100% responsible for the full selling process with the buyer. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you 3 mindsets that you must and should and have to focus on if you truly want to become a more successful real estate agent with buyers. And if you apply these 3 mindsets and you make them part of your daily process, not only does your value increase as a real estate agent, but you're going to see that you get more valuable, effective, and profitable relationships with buyers, and that they're going to have good experiences. Isn't that what you want? Does that make sense? So what I encourage you to do is watch this video. If you get any value from it, smash the like button, share your comments. If you're following this and watching this on YouTube channel, subscribe. Buckle up. Keep an open mind. More importantly, if you receive this message and these 3 mindsets, more importantly, take action on them. And then watch your value increase. Watch you get more buyer's agreement and commission, and then watch your sales absolutely explode. Now, okay, mindset number 1 is the most important mindset to have. The good thing about this mindset, you can develop it if you're disciplined and you're committed to doing it. Because only you can make this happen. And I do this every single day on every phone call. And keep this in mind. When you want to earn business or relationship, whether it's a buyer and a seller, but in this case a buyer, because of the NAR rulings, you have to set the tone throughout the whole selling process. Why? Because buyers need to be led. If you do not lead them to have a good experience in purchasing a house throughout the selling process, then they will eventually waste your time, which is your responsibility. And I'm sure a lot of you agents get frustrated when they don't show up to an appointment, or they waste your time. You're spending money on gas and food and things like that, and you get frustrated. And the reason is because the most valuable commodity you have and we all have is time, and they wasted your time because you allowed it to happen. So you have to take responsibility. You have to accept that the end game is always determined by how you set the tone entering that game, meaning the selling process. So let's go into mindset number one, which is the most important mindset you need to develop. Okay? Now, mindset number one, it sets the tone in the selling process. You have to understand whether a buyer calls you, or you call a buyer, or you get a referral of a buyer, the process is the same. You have to set the tone from the beginning, because that's going to develop not only the valuable process, but it's going to develop a successful relationship. Maybe it's a short-term relationship, maybe it's more than one property they'll buy from you. All the referrals that you may receive because they had a good experience. Why? Because here's the thing is, most buyers don't really know what they want to buy. They just know they want to buy a house, right? And it's a personal, emotional thing, especially if they have a family. So they're going to an agent because they believe the agents are the professionals, right? So they have this persona. However, if you don't live up to that persona or exceed it, they're going to eventually make the decisions because they're going to take the path of least resistance. So you as an agent, when you set the tone in the selling process, here's 3 things that you must accomplish setting the tone. Number one is you have to be able to show them your value and why they should hire you and why they're making the right decision to hire you. Number 2 is they have to trust that you know what you're doing and that they're going to have a good experience. That is all part of setting the tone. And then the other part is they're going to have confidence. They're going to feel relaxed. They're going to know that they're dealing with a professional. The problem is, in my experience, training agents and working with agents and speaking with buyers, the bottom line is this. If you were going on a job interview, let's say for a big company, right? And you have a certain value in your skill that this company needs. Whoever you're interviewing with, whether it's the CEO or human resources, the person that makes the decision is actually a potential client of yours. What do I mean? You have to sell yourself. You have to set the tone with them and show them that you are the right person for the job and that you don't need to worry about it because I know what I'm doing. And a CEO and this person who's in charge needs to see that, needs to feel it, needs to know that if I hire this person, I don't got to babysit them. They're going to lead me the right way. They're going to make me profits. They're going to be profitable to my organization. That's what a buyer is looking for. Except they're looking for an experience of purchasing their first house or their second house, whatever it may be. That's setting the tone. And then you earn so much respect that they will not dare waste your time. Does that make sense? So mindset number one is you have to set the tone in the whole selling process. Now, follow me for mindset number two. Mindset number two. Mindset number one is the most important. Mindset number two is the most valuable mindset throughout the whole selling process. I call it the body of the sale or the selling process. This is where a high majority of the sale takes place, whether you get the contract or not. There's three parts to mindset number 2. Okay? Now, before we start mindset number 2, let me share an analogy and give you an example that pertains to setting the tone and building the foundation in the beginning to the relationship and the selling process. Because the bottom line is this: if you don't know how to sell and you don't understand selling, how the hell are you going to produce consistent sales? You just can't do that. That's how people try to find shortcuts. So as a buyer's agent, what you need to do in mindset number 2, after you set the tone in mindset number 1, is 3 parts. Number 1 is you have to be able to show your true value. Now let me give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you want to buy a custom home, right? And you already have the location, you already have the land, you got the blueprint and everything like that. What you're going to do is hire a general contractor, right? And just to keep it simple for time purposes, the first thing the contractor is going to do is what? Break ground, right? After they break ground, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to put in the pipes, the sewage pipes, right? Once they complete that, what they're going to do is they're going to cement it, right? Once they cement it, they start to frame the house. They put the doors, they put the windows, they put the roof, they do all the siding, they do all of that. Obviously, after that, they work on the inside. The end result is you have a home. However, if they took shortcuts and that home is not built on a strong, solid foundation, and that home is built in certain parts of the country where bad weather happens seasonal, like California with fires or Florida with hurricanes or the Midwest with tornadoes, right? That house could be blown away. It may not withstand that bad weather, right? No different with a buyer. You have to set the tone on a strong foundation, or what I call a selling foundation for the selling process, right? So now number 2, mindset number 2 with the 3 components, the example I can share with you is, let's say you were going on a job interview and you have a valuable skill. In order for you to get hired, knowing that the CEO or the human resources might already interview other people, or they might interview other people after you, your job is to sell your value to that CEO or the human resource person or whoever is doing the hiring. You have to show them your valuable skill that they need to hire you over anyone else they spoke with or anyone else they're going to speak after the interview with you. You have to set the tone. In essence, that CEO is a potential client of yours if you want to look at it that way. They're looking to hire someone for that specific position. You have to sell them why they should hire you through your value, through what you show them, what you convey to them, right? And they become your client, even though they're paying you. You work for them, but they need to know that when they hire you, they have somebody they can trust, that they're the leaders, they know how to get things done, and they're the right person for the job, and they're going to be a valuable asset to their company, and it's going to help them make profits, right? So the number 1 thing you must do, if you're not doing this, and you should be doing this, is you have to convey and show and offer and give your value to the buyer and why they should hire you over anyone else. If not, they will waste your time because you would allow it to happen. So how do you show value? Genuine value to the buyer. Well, put yourself in their position. If you're buying, wouldn't you want somebody valuable? Right? How would you hire somebody that's valuable? They have to make you feel a certain way. They have to say certain things with a certain tonality. They have to give you confidence that they know what they're doing. And if you got confidence, you're going to trust them, right? So how do you do it as an agent representing a buyer? Here's what I teach my clients that are agents. What you must do is do this. Say, Mr. Buyer, I eat, I breathe, I live real estate. But my main focus is to helping you and providing you a solution to have the best experience and the right experience buying the right home for you at the right time and at the right price. The second thing that's important to me is building relationships, whether it's one time or maybe future buying or maybe referral. That's my main focus. Isn't that what you want? And it has to start somewhere, right? But let me explain to you why buyers hire me. Like I said, I eat, I breathe, I live real estate. But I've been involved in real estate over 10 years. And I've been involved in over 50 real estate transactions over that period of time. They all haven't been easy, but I got the job done. The buyers were happy. They had a great experience. They wound up getting the property that they wanted to buy. Isn't that what you want? Yes. But it has to start somewhere, right? Does that make sense? So you have to show your value because they don't know you most of the times, right? So you have to let them know why they need to hire you. That gives them confidence, that gives them trust, right? And they know that you have experience, dealing with buying properties. That's important. Does that make sense? So the second part to mindset number 2 is discovery. It's basically asking questions. Get down to the meat and potatoes. Don't let them waste your time, right? If they have credit problem and you got to refer them to somebody, get that fixed and all that, and let's say it takes 3 months or 6 months, now you're going to be spending time with that. Me personally, I would not want to utilize my time like that. Because at the time I'm waiting for that to happen, I got 5 or 6 other buyers or sellers or any other deals, right? So you control your time. And the other thing I would tell the buyer through the discovery is, listen, the most valuable commodity we have today in common is time, right? I'm not going to waste your time if I don't believe I can help you not only have a good experience in buying a property, but get you the property you want at the time you want for the right price that you want. Not going to waste your time. And I hope you don't waste my time if you're not ready to do this or you don't see any value in me. Because guess what? We can't get back this time. We can't buy back this time. Right? And I only have one shot at helping you have a good experience, earning your relationship, getting you the right house with the right strategy. And you only have one opportunity to be part of my strategy and get valuable experience in me to get you that property. And it has to start somewhere, right? And isn't that what you want? To have a good experience, getting the right property at the right price at the right time, right? Does that make sense? So that's the other value you need to convey to the buyer in the discovery, and getting the right question, getting them to tell you everything you need to know up front. You don't want to wait till you show them properties and they're ready to buy, and then you come to your office and you realize they can't do nothing. Shame on you. Okay? The third part to mindset number 2 is once you set up the tone and you showed your value and through the discovery, now it's time to get them to agree to signing the broker's agreement and you negotiating a fair commission based on your value. If you have a lot of value and you shown your value and you conveyed your value with conviction and confidence, and now they have that confidence and trust in you, then you should not be afraid to negotiate your commission instead of depending on sellers' agents to pay you a commission. You can still get paid from the seller side if you're good, and still get paid from the buyer side. Nothing wrong with that. So you got to talk to them about the reality that they need to sign a broker's agreement, negotiate a commission before you can show them a property. And it shouldn't be a big deal. Does that make sense? Now, before we get into mindset number 3, if you got some value from this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, share your comment no matter what platform you're on. If you're watching this video on my channel, do me a favor, hit the subscription button below. Now, follow me for mindset number 3, which is going to blow your mind away. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you're going to minimize the lost time, or where buyers waste your time, or when you allow buyers to waste your time, where it's going to be minimized. If not, you can almost eliminate that from taking place. This is exciting. Follow me. Mindset number 3. Mindset number 3 is how to tie down your appointments for the buyers and the schedule. Okay? If you do this right, like I said, you can minimize the amount of disappointments that take place or the cancellations or rescheduling of appointments. You're not going to end it all 100%, but you're going to have control of how it goes. Okay? Which means you're going to be frustrated less because you were in control and you made the decision how it's going to go. You have to remember that when you set the tone, it's through the whole process, from the initial contact to signing the contract to them buying the house to the escrowing and to the funding. It is your responsibility, period. End the story. And even if the end doesn't go well, at least you are in control of the whole process and your value skyrockets. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is how I do it. Okay, after you got them to agree to the broker agreement and the commission is mindset number 2, here's how I would end the conversation and transition to the appointment setting. Ready? Write this down. Mr. Buyer, do you like the idea? Does the idea make sense on why we need to make a move to get these properties and my strategy? And do you see and understand the value I'm offering you to be able to get you not only a good experience, but helping you buy the right property at the right time, at the right price? If they say yes to all 3 questions, now they're locked in. However, they can still waste your time, right? Not showing up, not keeping their word. How do you feel when buyers just lie to you? Sucks, right? Hate it, right? You can't stop them from lying, but you can control your time and how it goes, how the process goes, right? So what I would do, I would always say what available time, I have available time. You have to set the tone for the time you want to show properties. That's number 1. Whether you identify the properties or not, you need to be specific in the days and the times you want to show property. Because it's your time, right? But you want to eliminate any potential cancellations or driving to a location and your time is wasted and never show up. You control that. And you control it from your office, you control it from wherever you're at, where it doesn't cost you time to go there and travel and spend money on gas and food and all that. Because when you come back to the office and they don't show up, you're going to be pissed off as hell, and it's going to mess up your day, and now you wasted all that time when you could have been doing more calls and getting more prospects, right? So I would do this. Listen, John, I have available Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 to 3. Those are my available times that I show properties. Which one works for you? Let's say they pick Monday at 2 o'clock. Great. Listen, John, I'm going to pencil you in for 2 o'clock. I have this property that I want to show to you. And I may have 3 other ones, but I'm going to show you one property. Okay? That meets all of your criteria. Now, you got that? Okay, great. Now, John, if you cannot make this appointment, do me a favor. Give me the courtesy call and the respect to either call me back, text me, or email me, or all 3 of them. Can you do that? Let's say they say yes. Okay, great. If for some reason an emergency comes up on my end, whatever it may be, I will give you the courtesy call. I will leave your voice message. If you don't pick up, I will text you at least twice to make sure you receive the message, and I will email you to make sure that I don't drop the ball and waste your time, because I respect your time. Does that make sense? They'll say yes. Great. So what I'm going to do, John, the day of our appointment, I will call you. I will give you a courtesy call an hour or 2 before the actual appointment, just to make sure that everything's fine, and if there's any issues that need to take place, I have ample time to solve the problem. Fair enough? And I hope you do the same for me. If something comes up, you let me know in advance. Is that fair enough, John? Okay, great. Listen, I look forward to meeting with you. Again, I look forward to showing you your potential future home. Again, if you have any questions, again, give me the courtesy call, and I thank you for that. Okay, now, what you did there, and what I usually do, is I tie them down, and I not guilt trip them, but I let them know I'm going to call you out, because I'm going to call myself out. I'm going to let them know, and I'm letting them know that I'm in control of the process, that I'm not going to let anything ruin this. I'm not going to let anything drop the ball. I'm not going to drop the ball. None. I want them to have the best experience in every facet of it. Whether it's a follow-up phone call, keeping schedule, letting them know if something's wrong, right? They need to know that, because all they want to focus on, if you do it right, is buying a house and having the best experience doing it. And you, the agent, is the only one that can give them that experience, and they're expecting you to give them that experience. So again, let's go all the way back to the opening of this video. Are buyers wasting your time? If so, it's your fault, and you must take responsibility. Now you have the 3 mindsets that you need to arm yourself, to discipline yourself, to commit yourself to taking those actions. And if you do that, it's going to be so much fun. Why? Because not only does your value increase, but you gain confidence. You gain trust. You have conviction, right? And more importantly, you're going to see that less and less of your time is being wasted, right? Because you're in control. And that also increases your contracts, your commission, the value of your relationships. And if those 2 things happen, watch your commissions and your sales absolutely explode. Again, if you like this video, smash the like button. If you got value from this content, share your comment. Also, subscribe if you're following my channel. Talk to you later, and thank you for being part of Mindset and Attitude to Selling, where we solve sales problems. Talk to you later. The most valuable skill you can learn is to become a dynamic, powerful, and exciting sales person.